Shaquille O'Neal, welcome to the podcast Creativo. How are you, my friend?
I'm glad to be here, brother. I'm a big fan of yours. I want to say te amo.
No, I love you. I love you, my friend.
No,
Thank
I
you
love
for
you.
coming here. For me, it's actually a dream for you to be here in the podcast, and I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, congratulations on you expanding your Shaq footwear brand to Mexico. When did it all start?
I'm not sure, but I know I've had a lot of fans in Mexico. I'm very familiar with the Hispanic culture. Grew up playing basketball in San Antonio.
Yeah.
My best friends, the Ramos family, they taught me a lot. They taught me about fajitas. They taught me about tacos. They taught me about Guantanamera, fiesta. So I'm very familiar with the culture. And then when I found out that the Mexican people wear my shoes, I was happy because growing up in San Antonio, I had a lot of support. So when we teamed up with the company and they asked me to come to Mexico, I said sure, because Shaq has always been down with the Mexican people.
You were in San Antonio with this Ramos family because you moved a lot when you were younger, right?
Yes, my father was in the military and San Antonio, so the Ramos family, they showed us everything. Like I remember the first time they took me to Fiesta, I'm like, what is this? And they talked about the Mexican culture, and I still eat fajitas to this day.
Fajitas a great dish.
Because when I first got there, I was like, what is this? But the chicken fajitas, the steak fajita, like that's all. Nachos, like coming from where I come from, like I've never seen these type, but they're so good.
There's actually like a variation of the Mexican food in Texas, which is really good.
Right.
And I really enjoy it every time I go to Texas. I went to San Antonio in my childhood. I'm from Monterrey, which is like in the north of Mexico, which is like a 5-hour away from San Antonio.
Yes.
How old were you when you were in San Antonio?
15 to 18. And then I went to college.
You were in college in Louisiana, right?
Yes, Louisiana.
When did you start taking basketball seriously? Like when you realized you had
15,
talent?
when 15. I first got to, I started taking it at 12, but I wasn't good. I didn't become good till I came to San Antonio to play. So 15, I knew I had a shot. 16, went to college at 17, 18, and then was drafted by 19. So, and then I thought about having my own brand in college. I always wanted to, because no big guy was really, selling things. So if you look at Michael Jordan, his is the jump man. And you look at mine is the dunk man.
The dunk man, yeah.
So I just wanted to, be different and just, do the right thing. The great thing about my footwear is it's affordable to everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to, no matter what country I'm in or what city I'm in, I don't want to overcharge the babies.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I have a lot of support here, and I'm glad that the pricing is, what, people can afford.
So even before you started your professional career, you already had like this business mindset?
No, I'm not going to lie to you. One time I was leaving the arena and a mom got very upset because I had to deal with Reebok and the shoes were very expensive. And she said, why don't you make an affordable shoe? So I left my Reebok deal and I created the Shaq brand. I always had the Shaq brand in my head. I had the Shaq emblem on my Reebok shoes, but I didn't have my own brand. So got rid of Reebok. Well, not got rid of Reebok. Parted ways with Reebok, and then created the Shaq brand, and that was in '95. And ever since then, we've sold over 400 million pair.
That's crazy! Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it all fit like with your rapping career early in your NBA career? Because I think there's actually an entrepreneur mindset also associated with rap. Like, did you feel connected to the rap scene or?
Yeah, just growing up in that hip hop culture, music just moves me. All type of music, Hispanic music, Afro beats, white guy classics. I just love music. So, it's not that I had an entrepreneurial mindset. I had a fun mindset. I like to have fun. I am the ambassador of having fun. So this is my second time in Mexico. First time was in Monterrey. We had a lot of fun, and we're here in Mexico City. We're going to be here for 2 days. We're doing some charity events. We're going to meet some kids, and we're just going to have fun and just introduce people to Me llamo el padrino negro.
What changed during your early days of your basketball career that made you really a great player? Because you had a fantastic career from the beginning. You were Rookie of the Year. Like in San Antonio, what happened? Like you trained more seriously? You got like a coach?
No, it's just, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. And I never make the same mistake twice. So every time we lost, I said, I'm not going to do that again. Every time we lost, I'm not going to do that again. Every time we lost, I'm not going to do that again. And then finally, when I started winning, I was like, okay, I'm winning, do it again. And that's why I won again. Okay, I'm winning, do it again. That's why we won 3. And then I changed and then got traded. And I said, okay, I know what it takes to win, do it, win again. So I pretty much did the same thing except for redo the mistakes. So, once, so like I urge people, like if you ever fail at something, just look at yourself and say, okay, this is what I did, this is why it's not working, and just try something different.
Yeah, that mantra of making different mistakes is always a sign of progression, right? Like if you make the same mistakes and don't learn from the past, you're doomed to repeat yourself until you eventually
gas
so out.
It took me 8 years of doing that.
Yeah.
And then finally I was like, you know what? I know what not to do, so let's just, do something different.
And you started gaining a lot of traction in high school, and then eventually you moved to Louisiana to college, and you dominated?
I started getting my traction in San Antonio.
Yeah.
That was it. Like, I was in Germany, didn't get a lot of traction. Came back to San Antonio and just quickly rose in the ranks. Decided to go to LSU and got a lot of traction at LSU, and then that was that's what gave me the ability to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, you were drafted in 92, if I am.
92, yes.
Yeah, as the number 1 picked. Was it surprising? Were you expecting it? Like, you had confidence? How was it? How was the experience?
We all were in it together. The people that support me for a reason, and I try not to let them down. So when I came to San Antonio, I was ranked number 100. So there was a lot of guys that were ranked ahead of me. So it was really easy for me because if I play somebody that's ranked ahead of me and I beat them up really bad, that's going to move me up. So I focused on everybody that was ranked ahead of me, and every time I played them, I killed them. So by the end of that year, I was already ranked, and now I just had to keep going. And then my high school, we went 72-1, and that made me number 1. But I just, when I played, I just played for my La Familia. Mm-hmm. Just wanted to buy my mom a house and give her the things that she's never had before, and that's always been my motivation.
When you started in the NBA, who were like your mentors or your?
I didn't have any mentors. Because my mantra, my motto is I show respect by showing none. Like, you can be the man, but I'm coming for your spot. So I was watching what Jordan was doing, jump man, dunk man. But I'm not wearing Jordans. I'm wearing what I want to wear, right? So even though there's a lot of people ahead of me, I see them and watch them, and then got to take them out.
You were always a really vocal player as well. Were you like eyeing an eventual career in entertainment business while you were a player, or was it like an accident that happened?
Wasn't said as an accident. I've always tried to make people laugh, and then because I was a good basketball player, opportunities came easier. So, for example, I did 4 Adam Sandler movies. Every time I see Adam Sandler, I say, "Put me in a movie." He said, "Win a championship." You win a championship, you get in a movie. So I won the 4 championships, and when I'm done playing,
you got a movie.
I got 4 movies.
You were also in Curb Your Enthusiasm, right?
Yes.
How was that experience? I'm a really big Larry David fan.
It was fun because when I got there, I wasn't prepared because usually my guy Danny sends me the notes before, but I didn't get any notes. And I got there and I wasn't ready. He said, "No, you just make up your own lines."
Yeah.
I was like, "Huh?" He said, "No, we don't have notes. We call it improv."
Yeah.
So the fact that I was trying to be funny or as funny as those guys, I think that's what made it one of the best episodes ever.
How would you describe your time with the Orlando Magic? Like those first seasons were
really good, really dominant. Learned a lot. Left unexpectedly. Took what I've learned with Orlando, took it to LA. Took me a while to get it going, but once I figured out, really dominating LA. Now the knowledge from Orlando and LA, I could take that to Miami, do well, win one in Miami.
You got to a finals in Orlando, right? Against Houston, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
How was that first experience of the final?
It was embarrassing because we lost, but it taught me a great lesson. Never celebrate until the job is done.
That was the lesson that you took from that?
Yes, that was the lesson. So, because I made it to the finals and I was happy. And then didn't play well and lost and got embarrassed and didn't even win one game. So I always said to myself, if I ever make it back to the finals, I'm gonna dominate.
You then got traded to the Lakers, and you were traded.
Not traded, I left.
Oh, you were a free agent, right?
Yes, I was a free agent.
Yeah,
yes.
you got in like in '96, if I'm not mistaken.
96, and I left because of the mucho dinero.
Mucho dinero, yeah.
Yes, a lot of crazy mucho dinero. It was a lot, too much. So Orlando didn't want to pay me, or LA paid, so I had to take care of the family. So that's what I decided to do.
And you got there in '96, but you won your 3 championships from 2000 to 2002. Those first 4 seasons were also a learning experience.
We got swept. We didn't even win a playoff game, so we lost. So the fact that you kept losing means that we kept doing the same things over. And then Phil Jackson came in and turned things around and changed our mindset, and it was a good thing for us.
Yeah, he implemented the triangle offense.
Yes, triangle offense. Yeah.
Can you explain that?
No, I can't. I wish I could. I can't.
Yeah,
it's simple, but if you're not familiar with the terms, it'll be very hard. But it's so simple.
Yeah,
it was really simple. And I think other teams, they would see things and try to figure out what we're gonna do, but we had our own system, had our own words. Like we had a play called blind pig.
Okay.
Yeah, like I wish I could tell you what it means, but I can't.
So you had this whole plays from the Phil Jackson system.
Yes.
And he implemented that system first with the Bulls, right? Like in early '90s. How was playing against those Bulls? Because you beat the Jordan Bulls in one.
We beat them. I was the only guy to be able to beat them, but it was difficult because Michael is Michael and Scotty is Scotty. If you slowed everybody else down, you had a chance. And that's what we did in '94, '95 when I was with Orlando, and I think that's why we beat them.
This slowing strategy is like a physical strategy, or how do you slow down a team?
Well, you can't slow down great players, but you can slow down other players. So we just had to make sure Steve Kerr and all those other guys didn't play well.
In the Lakers, when Phil got to the team, you started your streak. You got 3 championships consecutively. You were MVP in the 3 finals.
Yes.
How was the mindset of that Shaq in that era? Because
I just got tired of losing.
You got tired of losing?
Yeah, because, most guys like titles. And my title at that time was Shaq's the most dominant player. But I don't like buts. I want them to say, Shaq's the most dominant player ever. Stop talking. But they would say, Shaq's the most dominant player ever, but he doesn't, and that would drive me mad. So losing would make me mad. All that would make me mad. It got to the point where I wanted to start beating people up. So I just took that frustration and just said, I need to start dominating.
Do you think like in professional athlete level, there's something as too much competitiveness, or is it like an essential part of success?
It's all about the mindset. Some people have different mindsets. Some people, when it gets too tough, they quit. But I'm the type that when you tell me I can't do it, I'll do it.
How do you build a mindset?
My father was a drill sergeant, so he kind of helped me build it. I wish I had the answer on how you can get like that. I don't think you can just say one day, I'm gonna do it. I've been doing it since I was 2, 3, 4 years old, like push-ups and father telling you can't run to the top of the steps, you're a punk. And you're crying, I know you, just go and quit. I dare you to quit. So I've been doing it ever since a little kid, so I don't know if you can just do it.
And it's also like a personality trait, because some people respond negative to that kind of pressure, but some people thrive under those circumstances, right? Pressure
is when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. I don't have pressure.
Okay.
I'm here in Mexico City talking to my guy, having a good time. Culture, they made me this, and people love me, and I love the Mexican people. That's not pressure.
How do you see this part in this new era in your life? Like you're a businessman now. You're in TV, your own shoe brand. Like when was this all visualized? Like was it when you retired? You started constructing this brand?
Before I was starting to build it, but the older I got, I was like, I wouldn't mind having a great licensing company, like a lot of deals. I'm still a pretty well-known guy, so now I have a pretty big business. So, but I've thought about it a while. You speak good English.
Oh, thank you.
Really good. Really good.
Thank you. I try.
No, it's good. excellent.
Would you give yourself any advice when you were a player that you would rather make different in a business perspective?
Yeah, save.
Save.
Yeah, because I'm the type, even now I have 40 cars and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And I got 5 houses, I don't know why.
So save and invest and
No, just save.
Yeah.
Like don't even touch it.
How do you distribute your time now? Like
I just work and relax.
You work and relax. You got 2 moods?
Yeah. So I work, and then when I get done working, I come home and watch Netflix.
What do you like to do in your free time besides watching?
That's it. Just watching TV. Yeah, that's it. I don't go to parties. I don't drink. I don't do any of that stuff. I just go home and watch TV.
Do you have like any other interest right now that you're pursuing?
No, just continuing to make people smile and make people happy, and just continue to do business.
What were your experience with the All-Star NBA team? Like, how's that? How's going to a dressing room with the stars of the league? Like,
when I first got there and I seen all the old guys, it was good. But when I was playing with everybody else, like there's people you see all the time. Like when I got there and there was Barkley, Magic, Jordan. Like my first year, I was one of the first rookies to ever start.
Yeah.
So the fact that I beat out Patrick Ewing, I was like, ooh. So that was the most exciting one. All the other ones, like you see the guys all year. You see them on the highlights. You see what they're doing. So it really wasn't a big thing.
You were now the exciting guy in the team. Like people were excited to be in that team. I was watching a video on YouTube of you playing like a one-on-one game against Jordan. I think previously to a game. How was that duel specifically of the Bulls? I think you were with Magic that time, right? Because that was prime Bulls, like that was.
It was, and it was fun. You know, in order to be the best, you have to beat the best, and he's the best player in the world. So I wanted to learn a lot from him, and I wanted to compete him just to see if I can beat him.
What was the experience on the Lakers when you just signed and you were this superstar in the NBA and Kobe was like this rookie?
It was great because I was thinking about the new Magic and Kareem. Mucho dinero, a lot of pesos. It was just fun, really fun.
You eventually ended your Laker era and got traded to Miami, where you actually won your 4th championship, right?
Yes.
How would you describe your time in Miami?
Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. Also, big culture down there.
Yeah.
Not Mexicano, but Cubano, Dominicano.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just fun, you know. The fact that when you're a worldwide figure and you could have relationships with different cultures, that's a big thing.
Yeah. Is it different, like, to adapt to a new system, change teams?
No.
What's the secret, like, for fast adaptation?
Well, I'm the one that's going to be making the changes because I'm the guy. So it's never hard for me because when I come down there, people, especially in the early in career, they're going to adapt to me. So it's not like when I got older, I had to adapt. Like when I played for Boston, I had to adapt. And when I played with LeBron, I had to adapt to their system because I wasn't the man anymore. But when I got to Orlando, LA, Miami, it's my system.
Was there like any pressure on your side? You being like this?
Pressure is when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. I don't believe in pressure.
Pressure's not the word, but maybe.
No, I just had to win for my sake because I don't want people to say Shaq's the greatest player, but I don't want when you're talking about me, I don't want no buts.
And how do you deal like with other great players? Because you're a really big guy, you're a physical guy.
I don't care about them. I'm trying to kill them. No.
Yeah.
I don't care about nobody. When we step on that court, I'm trying to demolish you.
So it's laser focus.
Yeah.
On your objectives.
Yes.
Are you like big on philosophy, like for example stoicism?
No. I create my own philosophy. So if I'm looking at you and you're a player, if you outplay me, you're going to take my mother's house away. And before you take my mother's house away, you have to kill me. And I'm not going to let you kill me, so I have to kill you. I'm sorry. And
does that mindset eventually like starts to wear down?
No. Not when I'm playing, no. When I step out of the lines, it's, hey, how you doing, bro? Yeah. But when we step on even now, if I'm playing you one-on-one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, elbows right there.
And that same mindset, do you think it translates to business eventually?
No. The only mindset I translate to business is championship mindset. So in order to win a championship, you have to have a great team. And that's my team over there.
So in business, it's a team as well, a team sport as well?
No, in business, it's all about the team.
All about the team.
Yeah, like I didn't, for example, Danny and Olivia set the trip up. That's all the work, right? All I had to do was show up. Olivia, right? Yeah. All I had to do was show up and get on the plane and come and do the podcast. They, hotels, security, what you doing, who you talking to. Yeah, I like him, his podcast tonight. So if I didn't have them, my team probably would win no championship. So from basketball, that mentality, you bring it over to business, and that's why I'm successful. It's not because of me, it's because of them.
And how do you build great teams? Because something that I really respect about you is that you have built a really successful run after your career.
So whoever is there, you have to get to know them. Like Danny started here. Now he's one of the top guys. So Danny's been playing on my team for 6, 7, 8 years. Jeremy, this is his second year. He's the top guy. Olivia, this is her third year. She's the top female. So, like, I don't be looking for people. I don't go out and go, oh, no. Like, they're there. They're on my team. I take them and we groom them and we load and we succeed. We fail together. We have good deals. We have bad deals. We just grow together. And the main thing is I don't tell them what to do. Once you start going, that, it's going to...
Yeah.
Don't ever. She's perfect. Leave her alone. So that's what we call in the States micromanaging. You never micromanage your staff.
And do you have like your like really close circle, and then you eventually branch out to other teams? Like, is this team?
No, this like whoever you see me with, that's my circle.
Has it changed over the years?
Maybe one or two. But I've been doing it since '92. Probably only had to fire one guy.
One guy.
Yeah, one guy. But other than that, it's good.
How was your entrance to TV?
It was fun because, I'm not a real analyst, but I'm a guy that people knows who play basketball, and they just listen to me. And I have a Mexican girlfriend.
You have a Mexican girlfriend?
She is my Mita Linda. I just love this lady. Come say hi. This is her right here. And she's so beautiful. I love her. I love her.
What do you think is missing for basketball around the world? Because U.S. is
nothing. U.S. is
it's like
but U.S. is here, but other countries are here.
Yeah.
When I was playing, it was U.S. and then make sure I got a camera. When I was playing, it was U.S. and then other teams were right here. But now they're starting to get right here. So, matter of fact, this is probably the last Olympics that the U.S. is going to win. Because next Olympics is be no LeBron, no KD, and no Steph. So. Anybody could take it. I'm looking at Joker's team. They're probably going to do something. And France.
Yeah, I went to the Olympics game against France, and I
saw you.
I saw you. Yeah, really?
Yeah, I saw you.
I was rooting for the U.S. at the semifinals because Serbia got really near.
Right.
But you're right. Like sports in general, but in basketball, we're seeing like these national teams who are really increasing their level, and the difference is now a lot less than it was a couple of years ago. Did you ever try any other sports? I know you were like... No, like...
I mean football.
Football?
Well, American football.
American football, yeah.
I know y'all call football soccer, so American football. But that was in high school.
Were you like... What position were you playing?
I played tight end and I was really good.
Tight end? Oh, yeah,
But basketball paid way more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you eventually had to make a choice between basketball and football?
It was an easy choice.
It was an easy choice.
One time I read in the paper that they was paying a lot of money starting to pay, so I was like, I'm gonna focus on basketball.
For you, what's an advice you could give to rookie players right now in the NBA or people? Or
just make sure you listen to your veterans and make sure you practice and make sure you study the game.
Study the game?
Yes, because like a lot of superstars come in and act like they know it all, but you really don't. So you have to learn certain things. Once you play a year and learn certain things and learn what players do, it'll eventually help you become a great player.
Who would you say, coaching-wise, was the biggest influence in your playing style?
Nobody.
Nobody?
I mean, coaches gives you strategies and plays, but my playing style was invented by me. And
you eventually build a team around that playing style? That was like the...
So when you dominate, people panic. And now when people panic, I can kick it out to my shooters. And all you got to do is shoot. See, like teams now, everybody got to work hard. But I'm going to work so hard that everybody's going to go, stop Shaq, stop Shaq. And then when they turn their head, Derek Fisher, Robert Ory, Brian Shaw, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. Like they'll be able to be a little bit more free.
Is there was a guy that you specifically like playing with in all the teams you were in?
Well, all of them, but Penny Hardaway was good. Like all the superstar guards I played with were great to play.
All the superstar guards.
Yeah, all of them.
And a rival, was there like a favorite rival in your career?
Probably the Knicks.
The Knicks.
Because the Knicks beat you up physically. So if you can handle what the Knicks were doing, you can pretty much take physicality from any team.
How do you deal with physicality? With more physicality or how?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Was like is it intimidating sometimes? Like
no.
Because you're playing against really big guys and strong guys.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But if a guy bows you in the chest, you got to bow him in the face.
Yeah.
Guy bow you in the face, you got to bow him in his nose and break it.
Yeah.
Like
you got to one up it.
Like one up it. Damn, man, you speak good English. I like you.
How was the level difference between college basketball and NBA? Is it really?
Yeah, you're playing. It's teenagers versus grown men. Like in the NBA, all the grown men are strong. In college, some of the teenagers were not strong, so I could just bully people around. But in the NBA, I really couldn't bully everybody. I bullied some people, but I couldn't bully everybody.
Yeah, and you study business as well in college?
No, not in college. Afterwards.
Afterwards, okay. Yeah. Wow, like how old were you when you started studying business?
When I started making a lot of money and I didn't know what to do with it. So 19, 20.
19, 20 years old?
Yeah.
So you were a professional player?
Yeah.
And how did you manage to do that? Like, was it challenging?
No, because if you don't know if you don't study and learn certain ways, you lose it all. So I was making so much money, I had to have, like they say, invest, but invest in what? What is investing? What do you invest in? So you gotta like study these things, and you gotta LLCs and subchapter S corporations and how you can get tax breaks, and like you have to know. If you don't know all that, you get all the money and then you spend all the money. So I just had to learn those things.
Yeah, it's interesting because there are some abilities that are necessary for every profession independently of what you do. And I think those skills are worth learning, like learning about business, learning how to negotiate, learning how to speak or express yourself.
Yes.
Even if you're a basketball player, an economist, a doctor, it will eventually open doors. So you understood that maybe that was a path for you to construct a better future?
I didn't understand it. I didn't want to be broke when I was done playing. So I just I was getting so much money, I didn't know what to do with it. Like they say, put it in the bank, but what if the bank shuts down?
Yeah.
Right? Like the FDIC only insures $200,000, so I can't put $10 million in the bank if it shuts down. I'll only be able to recover $200,000. So I had to learn all this stuff, and it was fun because when you learn all this stuff and you master all this stuff, when you're done playing, you get to maintain the same lifestyle.
How does it feel to have achieved the goals that you proposed yourself of doing when you were younger, and how has those goals changed? Because right now you're not in that position of
I haven't achieved anything. So I'm programmed to, once I finish a job, I go do something else. I don't celebrate. So that's the reason why I'm still working. I like to work.
So you leave your successes behind fast? Yes,
very fast.
Because it's easy to live in a success, right? It's easy to stay there.
Yeah, I don't want to stay there. So I love Mexico. We're coming here and doing business, but got to go to Poland next. And after we go to Poland, got to go back to the States. And then we got to go to Argentina and China. So I just like to keep working. And I think that keeps me motivated.
And do you think there's going to be a point in your life that you're going to look back and pat yourself in the back and say, like, I made a really great job, like it was or you're going to continue?
When she asked me to marry her, then I'll stop. I'll stop right now.
Yeah, that's when you're stop.
And have the biggest house in, where you live at? You live in Mexico City? Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll have the biggest house in Mexico City.
What do you think about like?
No, I'll stop in, I don't know, 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, maybe.
In your business career, if we could say it that way, or what do you mean, like in?
No, in 5 years I would like to just travel. I would travel and I would take a lesser role with the team.
Okay.
Like Danny will do more, Olivia will do more, like everybody do more, and if you need me, call me. But the team has won so many championships, we know what to do, and they don't really need me all the time, so I wouldn't mind living in Mexico City and Buenos Aires or the Bahamas, and so I probably want to get a big boat and just travel.
Do you ever think about your legacy in the sport?
Yes, I just want people to say Shaq was a nice guy.
Shaq was a nice guy.
That's it. I don't care. Forget the shoes, forget the money, forget all of that. Was he a nice guy? Was he nice to you, and was he nice to your wife? Was he respectful to you, and did he respect your wife? That's it. So, a lot of people, I want this and that. Nobody cares about that. Was he a good guy? So, hopefully when I leave Mexico, people say he was a great guy.
That's a really good way to look at legacy, because sometimes we invent ourselves like these stories about success and about achieving certain stuff, but when we strip it down like to the most humane elements of our life, like it's easy to be grateful and to be kind and to be appreciative of what we have, right?
I agree, but my definition of success was being able to buy my mother a house, and I know a lot of the moms around here know what I'm talking about. You wake up, you cook for the kids, you work one job, you work another job, and you come home and you still don't have a lot. That was my mom. So when I played and made all this money, whatever you want, mama. That's my level of success. Not the cars, not the houses, not the plane, forget all that. Being able to buy this woman, mama, anything she wants. And that's what, success is for me. So when it comes to legacy and people saying I'm a superstar, I don't want to be a superstar. I want to be a regular person. What
year did you bought the house?
92.
92, when you were a rookie.
First check.
That was the first check you ever had? That was your first priority?
I didn't even have a place to stay. I want to take care of her first. Her and my father, my brothers and sisters.
That's crazy. And was it like bizarre in a way, having this objective for so much time and then eventually accomplishing it and saying like, okay, I need to focus on what's next?
No, it's just I was just happy that I was able to do it, and because they supported me and helped me get the way, I owed them that.
That's great.
A lot of people don't take care of their family. I owe you all this that you're about to get. I got more coming, but this first check, any car you want, boom, boom, shopping, boom, here you go. And then it just makes you work harder. Man, I just spent a lot of this house. Now I got to go get it. It just keeps you working. Like if I'd have did that and then stopped, she probably wouldn't be living in the house anymore, because he probably would have lost it. So after you complete something, you do it and then you move on.
And do you ever think like about your own mortality, like how time has passed? Like
no, I'm amazed that children know who I am. I'm amazed that people in Mexico knows who I am, and hopefully that lasts forever. But if it doesn't, I understand. But hopefully 100 years from now, they'll say, I knew El Padrino Negro.
Chuck, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate
you speak good English, brother.
Thank you, my friend. I'm trying to improve.
No, it's really good.
Good luck on your shoes, which I'm actually wearing.
Oh, you like them?
Yeah, they're really good. They're available right now in Mexico. They're in the US as well, so people all over the place can buy them now. And Chuck, thank you so much for coming here.
Anytime. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Gracias por llegar hasta aquí. Si te gustó, suscríbete al canal para que lleguemos a los 3 millones de suscriptores. También, dale me gusta a este video para que le llegue a más gente. Y recuerda que puedes escuchar todos los episodios de Creativo y contenido exclusivo totalmente gratis en Amazon Music. El link está en la descripción. Nos vemos en el próximo.